Brought to you by Penguin.
Why We Eat Too Much by Dr Andrew Jenkinson. Read by John Sackville. Part 1. Lessons in Energy. How our body works to control weight. 1. Metabology for beginners. How our weight is controlled. Humans talk, write, walk, and love using the same amount of energy per second as a light bulb, a device that does nothing but shine light and get hot. This amazing fact, far from denigrating humans, is a testament to how efficient a human body is. But more importantly, it is a testament to the wondrous complexity of our bodies, which can do so much with so little. Peter M. Hoffman, Life's Ratchet: How Molecular Machines Extract Order from Chaos. 2012. I distinctly remember the first class on my first day of medical school. We were issued with starched white coats to cover up our student sweaters and ripped jeans. The superintendent ushered us into a bright neon-lit room, chilled like a walk-in fridge. Along the length of the room were many evenly placed narrow tables, each with a cotton sheet obscuring what lay below. We paired up, took a table each, and jokingly grappled to get our latex gloves on. 1 hour later, if you could have observed this group of 18-year-olds coming out of their first lesson, you would have noticed several distinct differences from when they walked in. 2 of the group needed to be helped out of the room, and did not consider a career in medicine again. The rest of us were ashen-faced. The sheets over each table had hidden a human cadaver. Each one was drained of blood, with a shaven head, the bodies grey in colour and infused with acrid-smelling formalin to preserve them. This was our first lesson. Anatomy. During our anatomy classes of that year, we dissected and examined all the different organs that run the body. We learned how each individual part of the body worked to maintain health. The organ systems that we learned about included cardiology, how the heart and circulation work, pulmonology, how the lungs oxygenate our blood, gastroenterology, how we digest and absorb food, urology, how the kidneys maintain fluid balance in our body, endocrinology, how glands and hormones work. These systems gave us the grounding to eventually understand the entire workings of the human body, and a basis from which to go on and learn about the diseases that affected them. The classes were supposed to cover all the diseases that we would encounter in our future careers as doctors. However, there was one major omission. None of the organ systems that we learned about adequately explained obesity, the condition that would go on to affect 1/4 of our patients throughout our careers, and would trigger unprecedented levels of diabetes, blood pressure, and heart problems. When we took our sharp scalpels in hand and dissected our cadaver, the first layers to be discarded were the skin and fat. These handfuls of human jelly were thrown into bins for later incineration. What we were unaware of at the time was that by getting rid of the fat, we were rejecting an important part of the body. Where was the organ that controls our metabolism and appetite, that coordinates and stores our energy reserves? As we busily dissected a lung, a heart, or a kidney, this vital organ was in the tissue bin, discarded and ignored. Have medical schools now caught up? When I quiz my students on the training they currently receive in order to understand obesity, it remains similar to the curriculum of the 1980s, with only minor changes. Experts in obesity are therefore by definition self-taught, and because of this their views often differ from regular doctors, who still rely on the limited training they received in medical school. In this book, we will go to my virtual medical school to cover the subject that should be on the curriculum, but sadly remains ignored. So let's give the subject a brand new medical name. Metabology, from the prefix metabo, for metabolism, the chemical processes in cell.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?